Okay folks, we're doing something totally cool today. You guys all know that Lagos is our little happy place in the Algarve in Portugal. And today we decided to do a day trip. And where are we, Jan?
We are in the little town of Silves, so we are off the water in this historic little town in the Algarve. It actually, I believe, used to be the capital of the Algarve. It's got a lot of history here. We only have about an hour to explore Silves before we had about 10 minutes out of town to hit up the winery that we're going to.
Oh, I'm very excited about that.
Behind us here, that's the Castle of Silves, and we're looking at the cathedral. We'll show you that in a minute. But yeah, there's a lot of little things in this historic town.
Yeah, so we don't have enough time to go inside the castle, but for an admission charge of €2.80, you can get yourself inside, and it's supposed to be really, really cool. The castle is over 1,000 years old. It was built by the Moorish. Do we know anything else in it?
It is the best preserved Moorish castle in all of Portugal. There's also some sort of excavation that's going on where they're sort of unveiling, I guess, like the palace that used to be inside that. And it's very cool, as you can see, and we'll get you some more shots of that, but it's made of the red sandstone that's obviously, you know, all over this area. So it just has a very unique look because of that as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, Silves it's very quiet today. We're here in January. It has a very small town feel, but already just looking at the architecture, can't wait to take you around in this little whirlwind that we get to explore in Silves.
All right, let's hop to it.
Let's do it. Okay, so behind us we have the Silves Cathedral, also beautiful. Also something we won't be going inside, but you can go in over the side. I'm not sure if there's an entrance fee, but yeah, just 13th to 15th century is when this was built. And interesting, I did see a plaque around the corner that said that just in 2019, when they were doing some renovations or whatever they were doing, they actually discovered sort of the foundations of what appeared to be an Islamic mosque that was probably on this site before, because it was all ruled by the Moors until the Christian invasion happened, and so then this church would have been built. So the church is not as old as the castle. And yeah, obviously some signs of an Islamic mosque that was on this site before. So again, just such a quiet town, and it's beautiful. The architecture, it's a fun little town. I wish we had maybe one extra hour to explore, but we started at the castle, and we're sort of headed down this main street to see what else we can find.
And a lot of empty buildings, and we're seeing a lot of buildings for sale.
Yeah. And like nice old buildings.
Yeah, they could be very nice, all
like cool
renovated
old buildings, but yeah, empty. So
all right, let's continue our descent.
All right.
Jan, this is 3 of our favorite things: tapas, vinos, and beautiful views. Unfortunately, we don't have enough time.
I know.
So if you're coming to Silves, give yourself a couple hours, because even though it's quiet, there are so many little nooks and crannies to explore, and I wish we had more time.
Our tour guide did also tell us about these cool street lights that are like hanging up here well, they're not really street lights, they're on the buildings, because apparently back in the day there wasn't electricity here, and only the wealthy families put lights on the sides of their houses. So they're still sort of hanging here, these old lights.
Okay, so like all over town, or old town, whatever you want to call it, you have all these plaques, and we believe it's just talking to things or artifacts that they found. So this jar from the 12th or 13th century, and a sink from the 13th century. And you see these all over town, and it's just really cool. Okay, as you can see behind me, the streets are empty, but it's such a little beautiful picturesque town. Like, it's so cool. The cobblestone.
Okay, so behind us we have the old city gates of Silves, and what I read about this very interesting gate, you'll notice it's a lot more narrow than a lot of the gates you see into an old town, was that they designed it like this to prevent a large sort of cavalry of, or a charge of horses coming through that would invade, because it goes in, it's super narrow, and then immediately turns left. So yeah, it would be hard to charge with a group of horses and men through the city gate. So very unique. We've never seen anything like this. Silves. I wish we had a little bit more time here, and there's so many cafe bars everywhere too. It's so chill. I love the vibe here.
Okay, so like we mentioned, there's so many empty buildings. Again, don't know why. If anybody knows why, drop a comment below. However, so many empty buildings, just like the one behind me, for sale, and it's absolutely beautiful. Like, I think somebody or some company needs to like revive places here in Silves, because I think this would be a little gold mine.
This is actually worth a day trip. Damn, I wish I was here for the day.
For sure. And again, we're at like maybe a 20-minute drive from Lagos, and a complete different experience.
Yeah.
It's just really, really cool. And like Jan said, I wish we had more time, because
I think I would take an Uber here from Lagos. I bet it wouldn't even be that much.
Might be 10 or 15 euros one way.
Have some cafe bar experiences, just wander in more of the streets, because we really only had time to. We didn't even get to go in the castle. We just looked at the castle, looked at the cathedral, and walked down the street, looked at the main square, and it's just not enough time. And
I think we're being picked up soon.
We have 5 minutes before we meet our driver.
And that's an important meeting spot, because we're heading to the winery. Let's go. Well, I'm thinking the little charcuterie board looks good, and I think I just hear our wine being poured over there, which makes me even more excited. All right, so our first white wine is sort of a cross between a Chardonnay and a Sauvignon Blanc. So we're big Sauvignon Blanc fans, so let's see how it tastes.
A cross between lemon, pineapple.
It's good.
Yeah, I do find it like crisp and clean, so it's a nice little.
It is nice.
Not usually
Cheers.
a Chard fan, but this is quite nice.
All right, folks, we have the instructions on how to taste wine like a pro, which I already thought I've been doing all my life, but maybe not. All right, step 1, check the wine's color and clarity. Looks pretty good to me. Step 2, swirl, open up the wine and release its bouquet. Release, my friend, release. Step 3, smell. Try to identify the wine's aromas. Well, if you guys follow our channel, I won't be able to identify very much other than it's good, but it's good. All right, next is sip, roll the wine over your tongue. And the final one is savor. Swallow the wine and evaluate its finish. So I forgot to do that step, so I'm going to do it again. And as Jan said, it's very crisp. It's actually a nice wine to drink on maybe a hot summery day. It's actually really, really good. I like the cross between a Sauvignon Blanc and a Chardonnay. Kind of nice.
Made good work of that.
All gone.
This is like a little treat that wasn't really part of the 3 wine tastings, but our host got us this extra tasting. I'm not really good with the explaining or identifying the type of wine. Let's be honest here. But I really like it. I think Mitch is really gonna like this. And we've moved inside, in case you haven't noticed, because the sun went behind a cloud outside and it got just a little bit too chilly for us. So we decided to move in here, and everybody else is outside, so it's nice and quiet in here right now. Right. Cheers.
All right, so our tour guide gave me this little, never seen such a beautiful little wine glass. And this is called Madroña. And it's like 50% alcohol, I think. Jan, do you want some?
I'm not sure. I might have a wee sip, but I do remember he told us this was made, this is some byproduct from the wine that is like 50 proof.
It smells like tequila.
Yeah, no, actually, you are on your own here, Michelle. I'm going to get this beautiful view of you having this, what's it called again?
Madroña.
Woo.
It's actually pretty good.
Oh, okay, well, give me a sip.
I don't think she'll like it.
Oh my God. It's like poison.
Why would you trust me, Jan?
I don't know.
It is tasty, actually.
No, it's not. Holy crap.
Nice. Thank you. So we hope you enjoyed this video. We certainly did enjoy it, and we'll see you next week.
Thanks for supporting.
Cheers.
Cheers.